Alright, so for Twirly Madness Special Mode, the easiest part to do first and foremost is when you spawn in, you don't actually have to move at all. You could just glide right across this middle section here. And then the easiest and most important trick for the entirety of the course is to not try and cut it as close to the corner as possible, but rather to offset yourself on the corner a little bit as on the far edge of wherever the slope is, because if you clip the slope even a little bit, it'll send you all the way down. So for this one, I want to go all the way to this edge and a little bit down, and it should get me across just fine. And the same concept applies to most things. For things like this where there's a big gap, you want to go to the opposite corner and just get as much momentum as you can, but move yourself up a little bit from the corner so you can glide over that gap easy peasy, like that. And then you just apply that concept throughout the entire course. So like here, see, you clipped the ramp a little bit there and it pushed me back, but thankfully I was still on the block enough. Oh, see, I messed that up there. But you can apply the concept to most of the course. I'm trying to commentate and do this at the same time, so obviously I'm not going to be very good at it. But I'll try and see if I can't get to the more difficult parts of the stage. See, this guy, they're trying to rush through it. You can't do that. It's not gonna work in your favor. And I know these are people I'm trying to directly help with this video, which is ironic that I'm saying that to them. I could easily type in the chat and tell them, but I'm not. For this part, this is the first hard part, I would say, getting across these bridge, big skill gap. What you want to do is hold forward, and then once you immediately get to that second section right there, beyond this first set of 2 tiles, you want to start holding back, or else you'll have too much momentum to get across. Now this is another part I notice people struggle with, but you can use the same strategies that I mentioned before. If you just clip the red bit, it'll usually be fine, it won't damage you, because by the end of the stage you want to have about half of your health left, because there is a part that forces you to take damage, so it's really important to avoid. So you want to offset yourself from the ramp a little bit by going to this bottom corner and scooching a little bit up, and then you should be able to cross it no issue. And then for these, you can just very easily slip right between them. And then same for this section here. I find it's really helpful to just take your time, go slow. Just don't keep yourself under pressure the entire time. Then same concept applies, move away from the ramp, offset yourself from the corner, go over. Once you get a hang of that little trick, this stage becomes a lot more consistent and a lot easier. So it's very good to keep that in mind when you're doing it. Now coming up here is going to be one of my least favorite parts of the stage, second least favorite part in fact. And it's not this. For this you actually just want to hold W, even though it makes it look like you're going to miss, but if you just hold W, you'll be safe every single time. This part is a little bit difficult because of how momentum works when you're falling with the twirl effect. What I like to do is just get right up to the edge, get one finger on A, one finger on D, and just try and alternate as fast as possible. Now, I messed it up that time. I'm actually gonna end this recording, I think, because this is gonna take a long time to upload it, unless I could edit it down, actually. I might edit it down. In fact, I will edit it down, just for you. Just for you. I'm so kind, I'm so generous, so I'll be back when I get to that point again. Alright, and I've made it to this point again. Let's see if I can't manage to get it this time. There we go. You just have to be really fast with your alternation. So, for this part, you just want to go up. This is the part where there's force damage. What I like to do is I like to center myself on these tiles here, put 2 fingers on one hand on A and S, and 2 of them on W and D, and once I get past that red block down in the bottom right corner, or bottom left corner, sorry, I like to alternate what I'm holding. So obviously I'm going to hold A and S now to go this way. I'm past the block, so I hold W and D, and that gets me past this to where I need to go. And see, I've lost a big chunk of my health there, so you want to make sure that you have enough health to get past that. Then you just continue on here using the same strategies as before. This part looks intimidating, but it's really not. And this is actually the last and hardest jump in the game. You have to be really precise with your A and D inputs. I like to get really close to this edge here. In my 12 hours of playing Twirly Madness, I've only made this jump 4 times, but once you make it, you're basically done. Once you get to that little center platform there, if you just hold W until you see the finish screen, you're good. But once you do see the finish screen, you need to let go of everything on your keyboard. If you hold any one direction or any 2 directions, you will either die or be teleported back to the start before you can claim the ember at the end. So it's really important that you that once you see that finish screen, you let go of everything until you load in. So let's see if I'll get this jump this time. Oh my god, I actually did it. I actually really didn't expect that. So yeah, I'll demonstrate what I told you. Just hold W, let go of everything. See, I was holding too long and it booted me off there, but I'm still gonna count that as my 5th win. Just don't mess up like I did, or you'll be very, very sad. Alright, but that is about it for the tutorial. See, it spawned me at the green section because it registered my victory. So that is all there is for the Twirly Madness Special Mode Ember. You'll be able to claim your Ember at that end platform there. And I hope this little tutorial helps you get there. Just remember the tricks I went over in this video. Alright, don't have too much fun. I know you'll try.